Hello guys, it's Ethan here with a deck profile for G-megacolony, because G-megacolony good, depending on your preference, better than machinings. So I'll start obviously with Young Executive Crime Bug, because GB1, put it into Soul, choose your opponent's rear guard, rest it, it cannot stand and cannot join your opponent's next turn base, and it can't intercept, so stopping your opponent's stuff from standing and not intercepting is always good. Next, for Earth Dreamer, best standing game, basically. Put it back to deck, put it on top of your deck, GB1, if at the beginning of your opponent's ride phase, if your opponent has 3 or more rest units, put it on top of your deck, shuffle your deck. If you do, draw two cards. So putting 1 card back to draw 2 is always good. Next, obligatory 8 critical, because 8 crit's always good. We did Megacolony don't have their crit yet, but when they do, that'll be in there. 4 heal. Good ones. 4 perfect guard. Rebel Mutant Starshio. This is obviously just the PGG for the open flipper. So obviously 1-on-1 flipping Megacolony, so you can keep stunning your opponent's stuff easily. Next, New Face Mutant Little Dorcas. It's a grade 1 stride fodder for striding. Obviously you want 4 of this, so you can set it up for Dank Face, or you can just use for striding. 4 Machine Mosquito, because our GB2 requires Soul Blast 2, so we use this to Soul Charge. So Soul Charge is always good. Then Megacolony Battler D, because I attack in 2 of the 8k vanilla, because riding 8k vanilla even in this day and age is good. Grade 3 2s. 2 Free Abyss Diver. It's not GB1, but Cannon Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. When it's placed on Vanguard or rear guard, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, rest it, and until and it cannot intercept, of course, and it cannot stand during your opponent's next standby phase. It's good because it's GB1, it's not GB1, and it stuns your opponent's starter, so Judge Bow gets stunned, and all those starters that go off early get stunned unless they go to Soul. Next, Force Feed Cocktail. This is basically the stride break skill, but it only chooses 1 and it has to be boosted. GB1, Cannon Blast 1, when boosted, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, rest it if you pay the cost, rest it if it's boosted, and it attacks Vanguard. Pay the cost if you do, rest one of your opponent's rear guards. It cannot stand and it cannot intercept. And also, if it's set rest at your opponent's turn, you draw a card. So that's always good. Drawing power and Megacolony is always good. 4 Buster Mantis, 12k attacker no matter where you're attacking, as long as all your opponent's stuff is rest, which it will be because you're playing Vanguard, so your opponent's going to attack, and you're also Megacolony, so you're going to be resting stuff. Next, Med Backup Grade 3. 4 Undefeated Mutant of Ecto Zeus. Limit Break, Cannon Blast 2, 10,000 power to itself, and one of my opponent's rear guards can't stand. Or when it's placed on Vanguard, or everyone retires all the grade 1 or less rear guards of all fighters and Lord. It's obviously good because you can stop your opponent from against the Sanctuary Joe guard matchup, you can retire everything, and it's good for that. Next, 4 Intimidating Mutant Darkface. GB2 Soul Blast 2, when your opponent unit is placed on rear guard, pay the cost if you do rest that unit, which is always good because stopping your opponent's plays during their turn is always surprising to your opponent. And the stride break, Cannon Blast 1, when your unit stride, pay the cost if you do, rest 2, or choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards, rest them, and until end of turn, they get the skill of at end of turn if they're at rest, draw a card for each, and they can't stand or intercept.
And it's really the only interaction you can have on your opponent's turn.
Yes, because Soul Blasting 2 to stop your opponent's stun your opponent's stuff on their turn is always very surprising. They don't expect it. Next, 2 Power Spear. Basically, when it's put on Vanguard, rest all your opponent's units, gains 5k, and you draw 1 if 3 or more rest. You're playing Vanguard, it's going to happen. First stride always, unless your opponent's got 3 less units. Then you go into Jagged Devil. Basically, if it hits, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the back and front row, rest them. Well, they can't stand, basically. Next, 4 Stun Beetle, most broken card in the game ever. Basically, Cannon Blast 2 and flip a copy of itself. When the attack hits, pay the cost if you do, choose your opponent's Vanguard, it can't stand during your opponent's stand phase, and your opponent can't normal ride, which is what helps the deck a lot, because stunning your opponent's Vanguard and making them so they can't ride makes it so even if they got like 5 grade 3s in hand, they're useless. So they can't stride, well they can, but it comes out at rest, so it's useless. So yeah. This has been the G-megacolony deck profile. Make sure to follow the Twitter page at Team GHQ YouTube, and like the YouTube group, and like the Facebook page. And that's it.